So, the beginning of this adventurous story shows Lucifer attacking all the gods of heaven. In fact, Lucifer wants to kill all the gods and steal their thrones. But then, Lucifer's brother, the archangel Michael, stands against him because Lucifer is doing wrong. Therefore, Michael severely punishes Lucifer, locking him in hell and casting a curse to hide all his powers so that Lucifer will remain imprisoned forever. However, Lucifer tells his brother Michael that if he ever gets free, he will destroy all the gods and annihilate heaven. Michael then leaves Lucifer in hell and departs. Now, we see a scene many years later, where a lady named Lara is sitting and writing her thesis. Lara's topic is about the battle between the gods and Lucifer, which ended many years ago. She provides a complete analysis of who was right and who was wrong. Lara's thesis was about to be completed, so she goes to show it to her professor. But the professor doesn't pay any attention to Lara's work because he doesn't like her thesis. Lara feels a bit disheartened since no one wants to look at her thesis. She then goes to a museum where a friend of her father used to work. The father knew everything about Lara and how she was working on her thesis, so he used to provide her with as much information as possible about the gods and Lucifer. At the museum, many people come to see the exhibits. The father then takes Lara to a god who had defeated and killed Lucifer. The god holds a very powerful sword that can kill Lucifer. Lara becomes so fond of the statue that she asks for permission to sit there and make a drawing of it. The father grants her permission and gets busy showing the museum to other visitors. Lara becomes so engrossed in drawing that she loses track of time. Before she knows it, evening arrives, and the museum starts emptying out. Although Lara had taken extra permission from the father, we now see an unknown man trying to enter wearing black clothes. He easily makes his way inside. The stranger starts looking at Lara in a very peculiar manner. Lara suddenly hears some noises and, when she goes towards the window, a crow is distracting her and continuously cawing. While Lara is busy watching the crow, the man in black climbs up the statue and takes out the sword. He quickly takes the sword and starts to leave. When Lara approaches the statue, she notices that the sword is missing and becomes quite anxious about where it could have gone. Lara tries to call other people, but since the museum is closed, the security doors are locked. She is at a loss about how to get out. Suddenly, a security guard who is on night duty appears in front of her. The guard asks Lara what she is doing there so late at night. Lara explains that she has permission to work late. Just as she is showing him the permission slip, the man in black appears from behind with the sword and slashes the security guard's throat. Lara is terrified and screams, running away. Fearing that the man might come after her, she hides in a small chamber. Lara notices that the man in black takes the head of the security guard and scans his eyes to activate the security systems. The man then takes an ancient curse from the god and starts to leave. However, Father Macaroni arrives running and tries to stop him. But the unknown man draws his sword and strikes Father Macaroni, injuring him severely. Father Macaroni is so badly wounded that he falls unconscious on the spot. And now we learn that the person in black clothes is not a man but a woman with a face resembling a dangerous demon. Outside, several of her men arrive, who came to steal the statue. The woman notices that someone is watching her, and it turns out to be Sarah, who is hiding in a chamber. The woman then instructs her men to kidnap Lara as well. They capture Lara and lock her inside a car before leaving. Father Macaroni, who is severely injured and lying there, prays to Angel Michael from heaven to possess his body and save Lara's life by any means. Shortly after, Angel Michael's spirit descends from heaven and possesses Father Macaroni's body. As soon as he enters the body, all of Father Macaroni's wounds heal instantly, and he begins to chase after the car with great speed. The unknown people are taking Lara somewhere, but after a while, they see that Father Macaroni, now possessed by Angel Michael, is blocking their path. The woman instructs her men not to stop the car and to run him over, but Father Macaroni swiftly moves out of the way, avoiding harm. The car, carrying Lara, drives off to a distant location while Father Macaroni continues to pursue them. However, he suddenly experiences a severe headache and has to stop in one place. We must remember that Father Macaroni is dead, and it is Angel Michael who is controlling his body. We then see a doctor giving a presentation to several investors. The doctor explains that he has developed a technology to create clones of people who died in the past, and these clones will be identical to the originals. After viewing the presentation, many investors find the project promising and are ready to invest in the doctor's project. After a while, the woman named Liz arrives. Liz gestures for the doctor to come over, and they both go outside. Liz informs the doctor about how they have obtained Jesus' shroud and that they need to perform everything properly to resurrect Lucifer. It is revealed that these people are members of Lucifer's cult, meaning they work for Lucifer and are trying to bring him back to life. The shroud of Jesus contains his DNA, and if this DNA matches with a human body, the child born with Jesus's DNA included in that body could potentially free Lucifer. Liz and the doctor, along with their team, have started the process to achieve this. However, no one anticipates how badly things will go wrong. We then see Lara, who, upon opening her eyes, finds herself in a small chamber with 3 other women who are also imprisoned. The cult members will conduct blood tests on these women, and whoever's DNA matches will have Lucifer's child implanted in their body. The women are terrified and start crying, but soon a team of researchers arrives and begins forcibly drawing blood from them. Lara, unable to do anything, has no choice but to give her blood. Meanwhile, Michael goes to the church to speak with the other fathers and asks who was responsible for guarding the shroud that was stolen. They inform him that a man named Brett was responsible, but due to his illness, he was sent to a mental asylum. Michael needs to find out everything quickly, so he heads to the asylum. On the way, he encounters an old man who points a gun at him, thinking that Michael is a spy sent to monitor the asylum. The old man turns out to be Brett. Michael starts questioning Brett about the stolen shroud and wants to know where it might be found. When Brett looks into Michael's eyes, he immediately realizes that this is Angel Michael, who has come to support the truth. Therefore, Brett takes Michael to his home with great respect and explains that he has been hiding there to keep an eye on the asylum. Brett had conducted extensive research on Lucifer and his followers, so he reveals everything to Michael. Brett shows Michael a location at the very top of a mountain and tells him that this is where Lucifer was imprisoned and where the gate to hell is located. All of Lucifer's cult members work there, constantly trying to free him. Michael responds that if Lucifer gets out, it will be extremely difficult to stop him, as his goal was to destroy all the gods of heaven. Michael then devises a plan to steal the shroud from that place and save Lara and the others. We see a scene inside hell where the walls are starting to crack. The sword that Michael had used to imprison Lucifer is now also breaking free, indicating that Lucifer is gradually being freed. If the rituals are performed and he comes back to life, widespread destruction will follow. Meanwhile, under Liz's orders, the researchers are providing Lara and the other women with syringes. These are part of the ritual to bring Lucifer back to life. Lara and another woman's DNA have matched, so they are chosen for the experiment and prepared for Lucifer's resurrection. On the other side, Brett takes Michael into a forest to a very deep cave. Brett says that according to his research, this is the place Michael wants to go, and Lara will be found there as well. However, Brett warns that he cannot go any further because it is too dangerous. Michael, without saying anything, enters the cave alone. It is very dark inside, but this does not bother Michael. Although Angel Michael was not fully transferred into his body, he had sent a small part of himself to complete the mission. Meanwhile, Liz summons a dangerous beast from hell to take Lara and another woman into hell. The beast is huge and menacing, and it transports both of them to the gate of hell. They are to be presented to Lucifer, who will choose which body he wants to be born into. Lucifer will soon be freed. Lara is screaming loudly, but no one seems to be there to help. Lucifer first possesses the other woman and begins to feel her body, but he decides that he does not want to be born in that body. Instead, he directly enters Lara's body, deciding to be born in her. The other woman is then killed because she is no longer needed. Liz announces in front of everyone that Lara will be the vessel for Lucifer. Lara is chosen for this unique role and is placed in a small chamber with no way to escape. However, Michael secretly arrives at the location, sneaking into the laboratory to steal the shroud. Although a doctor sees him doing this, Michael quickly overpowers and kills him. Michael declares that what they are doing is wrong and that they will face punishment. With the shroud in hand, Michael sets the laboratory on fire, determined to prevent any further progress in their research and to stop them from resurrecting Lucifer. He then makes his way directly to Lara and says that he has arrived. Michael tells Lara that he will save her, but suddenly he hears Lucifer's laughter. This indicates that Lucifer's soul has been freed from hell and has likely possessed Lara. Lara, scared and confused, thinks Michael might be one of them, but Michael repeatedly reassures her that he is there to help. They both travel towards the cave area where they can escape. The doctor has informed Liz and the other members that Michael has arrived and is taking the shroud and Lara. As they make their way through the cave, the beast suddenly attacks Michael. The beast relentlessly tries to kill Michael, and due to the suddenness of the attack, Michael is unable to defend himself and is beaten unconscious. The beast then captures Lara and leaves her with Liz, who will not give her a chance to escape. When Michael regains consciousness, he finds himself chained. Using his powers, he breaks free from the chains and continues towards Hell's Gate. Only gods can open this gate, and Michael, having become a god due to his good deeds, opens it effortlessly and enters. Michael arrives at the place where he had once imprisoned Lucifer years ago. To his shock, Lucifer is not there, and the powerful sword he had used to imprison him is also missing. As soon as he arrives, a number of demons attack Michael, but he fights them off while pressing forward. He encounters Lucifer's followers, who inform him that Lucifer has long since left that place and will now be reborn on Earth as a child. They warn that stopping him will be impossible, and no one can save Earth from destruction. They capture Michael and leave him there as they fly away. Meanwhile, Liz informs Lara that the baby she carries is very precious and she must take great care of it. As the days pass, the situation continues to unfold. Lara's body is rapidly deteriorating, as if Lucifer has already possessed her and is draining her energy. Despite her attempts, she finds it nearly impossible to escape the situation. Meanwhile, Michael is still trapped in hell. Some children, who are actually demon spawn, come to him. These children try to pull on Michael's chains, and Michael tells them that if they bring him a sword, he can free them, and they could join him in the beautiful world of humans. The demon spawn children are somewhat convinced by Michael's words. However, more demons arrive and start attacking the demon spawn children. The children flee and hide in the cave. As time passes, Lara notices that Lucifer has not yet been born but is already possessing her body. Her stomach begins to swell significantly, indicating that Lucifer is growing rapidly. A doctor comes to check on Lara's pregnancy, but she, in a fit of rage, kills the doctor and tries to escape. She encounters a security guard but also kills him. Lara is bewildered by the sudden surge of energy and power she possesses, realizing that it is Lucifer within her causing these effects. In her anger, Lara locks herself in a storage room and begins consuming a poisonous chemical, hoping to kill the baby inside her. However, Liz arrives and stops her, preventing Lara from consuming the chemical. Lucifer inside Lara expels the poison from her body, and Lara is once again captured and placed in a small chamber to ensure that the baby inside her is not harmed. Lara's life has become a living hell, mirroring the torment of hell itself. Inside hell, Lucifer possesses the body of a demon and goes to confront Michael. Lucifer asks Michael what he has done to be made a god by the heavenly beings. Michael explains that he has never done anything wrong, he has always wanted to become a god, and his heart has been pure. If Lucifer had done the same, he too would have been made a god. Angered, Lucifer declares that he wants to destroy the gods, and if he is revived, this will become possible. Lucifer then leaves. The demon spawn children who were present overhear the conversation and become convinced that Michael is indeed a god. They immediately give him a powerful sword, and Michael transforms into his most powerful form. He promises the children that once his mission is complete, he will free them. Michael then returns to the body of Father Macaroni because any god or devil must take human form to enter the real world. He quickly exits hell with all his powers and goes to save Lara. However, Lara's condition has worsened, as the devil's child inside her is about to be born. Just before the operation, Michael arrives to stop it, but Lucifer, who has possessed Lara's body, attacks him violently. A fierce battle ensues, causing widespread devastation. Lucifer severely injures Michael, who is left on the brink of death. Michael reveals a secret to Lucifer: if he believes that using God's DNA to create the most powerful devil body will make him invincible, he is mistaken. God was aware of Lucifer's plans and played a trick on him. The form Lucifer will take upon being born will be entirely godlike and will not possess any demonic powers. This revelation infuriates Lucifer even more. Lara tried to kill the child inside her, but Liz and all the members of the cult arrive, believing that Lara is intentionally trying to kill Lucifer's child. They capture Lara and extract the child from her body. They prepare to send Lara to hell after finishing their task. Liz then presents the child to the cult members, declaring that this is their new Lucifer. Everyone kneels before the new Lucifer. Liz announces that instead of water, Lucifer will be bathed in blood. The beast understands Liz's signal and begins killing all the cult members. The beast quickly eliminates everyone, including a doctor who had wanted to touch the child. The beast kills the doctor from behind after he touches the child. Meanwhile, Michael is trying to rescue Lara and prevent her from being sent to hell. He manages to save Lara from being sent to hell and tells her that she must protect her child because only she can do it. Lara immediately goes to Liz, pushes her, and takes her child back. Michael tells Lara that the child is not a devil's offspring but part of a plan devised by God. God intentionally chose her for this purpose, so she could give birth to a God's child. Michael blesses Lara, instructing her to raise the God's child, who will do great things in the future. The scene then shifts to the place where the beast has opened the gate to hell. All the demons in hell begin moving towards the portal to enter the real world. Michael arrives at the scene and uses his energy to close the portal. The beast immediately attacks Michael, attempting to kill him, and reopens the portal. Michael realized that if the portal remained open for even a short time, many demons would come into their world. Noticing that there were many bombs and grenades in the area, he initiated a chain reaction and blew up the entire place. The blast killed the beast, and Michael used all his energy to push Lucifer back into hell and quickly closed the gate. The entire ritual was now complete, and Lucifer's grand plan had failed. With everything returning to normal, Michael took the god's shard and placed it in the museum. A few moments later, we see Lara raising her child, who has grown quite large. They live in the middle of a forest. One day, Liz sneaks up and looks at the child, calling him Lucifer. The child looks at Liz and smiles. We can see a bit of Lucifer's essence from the child's nose, making it clear that a small part of Lucifer still exists within the child. It appears that he has successfully entered the human world. The story ends with this suspenseful note: